Let's talk about formatting data as a table. So today we're in Google Sheets. If you're used to using Microsoft Excel, the command is called format as a table. It's slightly different in Google Sheets. Let me show you. So first of all, I'm just going to click in the top left corner of my data. I am then going to go to format and I'm going to scroll down to where it says alternating colors. And what this means is every row of the data set is going to be a different color. And if I just click this button, thankfully Google Sheets is quite clever and works this out for me. But just one thing to note, it has only included columns that have headings. So in bad data practice, I've actually included some extra data points here that don't have headings. So I can either fix that by including the headings, or I can edit the range. And there's a few ways to edit the range. I can use my eyes and see that it's actually H, and then change this E to a H, and that updates it for me. Or I can click on the select data range and make sure I've selected the data that I want to. And just to show you how I might do this is if I click here, I can use my mouse and pick the bottom column and pull up to the top. Come on, I'm going the wrong way. Sorry, up to the top, and then I will get, I've only gone to C. So that's one of the reasons I don't use the mouse. I find it quite difficult. The other way I might do it is, this is the bottom column, H8. And if I then click on Shift, keep holding the Shift. If you're on Windows, press Control, and if you're on Mac, press Command. Keep both of those held down. Press the up arrow and the across arrow. And I'm just going to check, and I'm going to press, so you see it's gone to the next gap. So I'm going to press the left arrow again and the up arrow again. And to check you're in the right place, you want to be in A1. So you see here, this is now selected, my data range. What I was just doing was using the keyboard to select all of the data in that range. But the better option is just to make sure you have column headings. So we can select OK. I can decide if my table has a header. It might not have a header. It might also have a footer. So tables that have footers would be ones that have like totals at the bottom. We can then look at the style. So I quite like purple. I'm going to go with the purple one. I can also add my own custom styles into this if I want to. And I can change the colors here as well if I want to. And when I hit done, we can see we've got a heading. One thing I will say is I find this quite hard to read, so sometimes I do this and then I edit the text. So I've clicked on the 1, so the whole heading row is highlighted, and I'm just going to change the text to white, and I'm going to make it bold. And you still sometimes have to do things like making sure the text is centered and things like that. This is more just alternating colors. It's not actually fixing the formatting. So yeah, for this one, for example, we might want to put text wrapping on using this so that it just looks a bit tidier. I might do that on that whole column because that's quite a long column. One of the things I sometimes do as well when I'm formatting is I click in this top button here, so that actually selects everything. And some things that I typically put on are, usually we want to center the data. So this is horizontal alignment, center. Vertical alignment as well. I like things to be centered. You can, whatever works better for you. Maybe it might be better at the top. And then just make sure text wrapping is on so that the columns don't overflow. And you can see if we look at C2, it's now nicely all within the cell itself, as opposed to the text running on a little bit. And you can see we've got our heading row, we've got one white row, then purple rows. And if I now add some additional content in, so let's say I'm going to add another poll because this is my LinkedIn data, and when I finish typing, if I just hit enter, it will continue to add so content, and then if I add another poll, come on, it will continue to add the formatting, which is really helpful. So this is how you can format some data as a table and then tidy it up so that it's easier for people to read.